And joining us now with more on U.S. President Joe Biden's much-anticipated visit to Israel this week is Ambassador Danny Ayalon, the former Israeli ambassador to the United States. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
So the U.S. president penning an opinion piece in the Washington Post about his trip to Israel and to Saudi Arabia. How unusual is it for a president to do such a thing and to directly address the U.S. relationship with Israel in all of this?
Well, this is quite unusual, and I think this is a manifestation of the growing displeasure among Democrats with the leadership of the president, and especially those progressive ones. There is a still small but very vociferous movement of progressives among in the Democratic Party. And for him, going into Saudi Arabia, where MBS, the crown prince, was accused of murder of a journalist, a Turkish journalist, after he was called a murderer by the American president, going to see him, it's a little bit tough to take. So in order to sugarcoat it, then there is this visit also in Israel, and also trying to really hook up together an alliance, a defense alliance, which is called MEAD, the Middle East Air Defense against Iran, which will include, hopefully, Saudi Arabia, the other Gulf countries, Egypt, Jordan, and of course, Israel. So all this in this one opinion piece is trying to kind of pave his way politically into the region, into the meeting with the Crown Prince, without too much political fallout.
And the U.S. president saying that his flight between Israel and Saudi Arabia is another step towards normalization. I mean, how much of his visit is going to be dedicated to trying to secure a normalization agreement between the two countries? And how likely is it that we will see such an agreement, another step in the Abraham Accords in the near future?
Well, certainly a substantial amount in Jeddah when he visits Saudi Arabia with the summit that he's going to attend of the GCC, the Gulf countries. The alliance with Israel is going to be a top priority, especially vis-a-vis Iran and the threat from Iran. And as no agreement on the nuclear issue is at sight. But I believe that in terms of formality, we will not see formalization of the relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia as long as the King Salman, which is an old guard, he's 86 years old, is in power. His son, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, he is the guy probably who will lead this new chapter between Israel and Saudi Arabia when it comes to the optics and visibility. Right now, we do have great cooperations, but it's all under the radar.
And so what are the main objectives that perhaps Israel is seeking to achieve with Biden's visit?
Well, two things. First of all is to make sure that if there is an agreement between the as we say, P5+1 and Iran, it will be indeed stronger and longer, just as it was promised in the campaign of Biden. Right now, as it is written now, as it is drafted now, it is not longer and stronger. It's quite the opposite. It is weaker and shorter. So this is one thing of, I think, the objective of Israel here. And also, in absence of an agreement, putting back in a very, very obvious way the military option. Iran can and will only address a military option. We know that in the past, the only time they voluntarily gave up or suspended their nuclear program was when there was a military option, a viable one, in 2003, when the United States flanked Iran on both sides, Iraq and Afghanistan. So if there will be a statement, a strong statement of the president about the all options on the table, then I think it's going to be a major achievement for Israel and for the region at large.
Now, Biden is also set to meet with Palestinian Authority leader Mahmoud Abbas. We know that his administration is not happy about the freeze in the peace process. I mean, is Biden seeking to pressure Lapid into perhaps restarting peace negotiations with the Palestinians?
No, I don't think so. First of all, there is no viability of any process going on because of the political imbroglio here in Israel. It's a very sensitive time, political campaign. The Americans are very seasoned and very smart. They know that they cannot push here because there's no one basically to push. However, it is important for the United States to make sure that the Palestinian Authority is strong, certainly vis-a-vis Hamas, that cooperation between Israel and the Palestinians on security issue and maybe economic issue will be increased. So this will be the focus of the American interest on the Palestinian issue. Nothing political, no breakthrough is seen at sight, and not even opening of the American consulate in Jerusalem, which is also a very sensitive issue, and Israel was very much adamant against it. So basically what the Americans can come up with here is more funds to the Palestinian Authority and also having Israel relaxing some of the restrictions about it.
All right, Ambassador Dani Ayalon, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's Emmanuel Kadosh. I wanted to invite you all to subscribe to ILTV Plus, where you can find our daily news and updates about Israel. And not only that, but live feeds, entertainment, our kosher food show, and so much more. Needless to say, your subscription to ILTV Plus helps us grow and create more content while also supporting the state of Israel. Our app is available on all platforms and devices, so I'll see you guys there.